In Binghamton, New York, winter meant snow. The winter I was in the 5th grade, we got lucky. Snow fell, and for the first time in years it accumulated. School was cancelled, and 2 days later, we got lucky again. On the 5th day of our vacation, my mother had a little breakdown, and when she could no longer take it, she threw us out. It wasn't a gentle request, but something closer to an eviction. "Get the hell out of my house," she said. We reminded her that it was our house too, and she opened the front door and shoved us into the carport. "And stay out," she shouted. My sister and I went down the hill and sledded with other children from the neighborhood. A few hours later, we returned home, surprised to find that the door was still locked. "Oh, come on." I rang the bell, and when no one answered, we went to the window and saw our mother in the kitchen watching television. Normally, she waited until 5 o'clock to have a drink, but for the past few days, she'd been making an exception. My sister Gretchen suggested that we call our father, but none of us knew his number, and he probably wouldn't have done anything anyway. He'd gone to work specifically to escape our mother, and between the weather and her mood, it would have been hours or even days before he returned home. One of us should get hit by a car," I said. That would teach the both of them. I pictured Gretchen, her life hanging by a thread, as my parents paced the halls of Rex Hospital, wishing they had been more attentive. It was really the perfect solution. With her out of the way, the rest of us will be more valuable and have a bit more room to spread out. "Gretchen, go lie in the street." "Make Amy do it," she said. Amy, in turn, pushed it off onto Tiffany, who was the youngest and had no concept of death. "It's like sleeping," we told her. "Only you get a canopy bed." Poor Tiffany. She'd do just about anything in return for a little affection. All you had to do was call her Tiff, and whatever you wanted was yours. Her allowance money, her dinner, the contents of her Easter basket. Her eagerness to please were absolute and naked. When we asked her to lie in the middle of the street, her only question was, "Where?" We chose a quiet dip between two hills, a spot where drivers were almost required to skid out of control. She took her place, this 6 years old, in a butter-colored coat, and we gathered on the curb to watch. The first car to happen by belonged to a neighbor, a fellow Yankee who had outfitted his tires with chains and stopped a few feet from our sister's body. "Is that a person?" he asked. "Well, sort of," Lisa said. She explained that we'd been locked out of our house, and though the man appeared to accept this as a reasonable explanation, I'm pretty sure it was him who told on us. Another car passed, and then we saw our mother, this puffy figure, awkwardly negotiating the crest of the hill. She did not own a pair of pants, and her legs were buried to the calves in snow. We wanted to send her home, to kick her out of nature, just as she had kicked us out of the house, but it was hard to stay angry at someone that pitiful looking. "Are you wearing your loafers?" Lisa asked, and in response our mother raised her bare foot. "I was wearing loafers," she said. "I mean, really, it was there a second ago." This is how things went. One moment she was locking us out of our own house, and in the next we were rooting around in the snow, looking for her left shoe. "Oh, forget about it," she said. "It will turn up in a few days." Gretchen fitted her cap over my mother's foot, Lisa secured it with her scarf, and surrounding her tightly on all sides, we made our way back home.